Hello my esteemed viewers, once again I welcome you to today's episode on Biafra Discourse. This is still BVI Channel 1 and I'm still your host, Asusu Peters. I have with me a very important person here with me, the person you already know, Comrade Ndubisi Anenu. It's a pleasure having you back again on the studio.
Thank you, Chinedu Asusu.
Now without wasting most of the time, because there are so many topical issues, but we're just going to focus on two.
Yeah.
Now the issue on ground among many Biafra people today is shutting down Nigerian constitution, shutting down Nigeria entirely, because they believe the entire Biafrans in the southeast, not just in the southeast, majority of Nigerians believe that the constitution of Nigeria is empowering the government to enslave Nigerians. So that's what we're going to be highlighting on. Then also the coalition of pro-Biafran. These are the two topical issues we're going to be talking about on this episode. So you stay right there. I'll be right back after this commercial break.
I'm a shoemaker. I make shoes, slippers and sandals for male and female. I make bags, fringe bags, tote bags, crotch bags. I make belts. I make high quality products. People can get what they want to me and I will measure them and do it for them. And my products have gone outside Nigeria. I've been in the shoemaking business for 4 years. I've trained over 100 persons on one-on-one training and I've trained over 500 on empowerment programs. Yeah, I engage myself with business because I have love for fashion and I love to be responsible. I love my work and I'm proud to be a shoemaker. And it's stressful though, but the stress can't stop.
I love what I'm doing. I love it so much and I'm proud of it.
I'm proud to be a female cobbler. I love what I'm doing.
My trainer, the woman, is really wonderful. She's a boss lady. Her designs are wow. She's too creative, and what's amazing about her is that she's proud of what she does. She's not ashamed of herself, because people will be like, you are the one that's supposed to be doing this and not a girl. But when I come to my boss, I'll tell her, see what people are saying, but she'll just say, so long as I'm making my money, I'm okay with that. So at least that determination.
The pain, the gain, and the potential of doing business in southeastern Nigeria, the Biafran land. ECOC, growing the economy of the southeast. Think home.
You're welcome back again on this episode. This is still BVI Channel 1 on Biafra Discourse. I have with me my very good friend and we're going to be talking about the issues I just mentioned earlier. But before I delve into that in detail, I want you to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be getting live updates, live discussion, so you'll be part of the discussion that forms opinion and direction of our people in the contemporary Nigeria today as they press forward for self-determination. Now, over to you, my able comrade. From your own perspective, what do you see the Nigerian constitution as?
It is my personal opinion, but my personal opinion is also the opinion of majority of our people in this part of the world, I mean the former Eastern Nigeria. As far as I am concerned, what you have today, you call Nigerian constitution, is not people-powered constitution. It is the constitution written by just few people in power to serve the interests of the elites, to serve the interests of very few people that have opportunity to see themselves inside the powerhouses. However, having said that, that is why some people, including my humble self, look at Nigerian constitution as fraudulently packaged to serve the interests of very few privileged ones. Not just those ones inside there, but external people, people who are benefiting from what you already have that you call constitution. So that constitution you have right now is not serving the interest of the ordinary people, and that is why you have agitations upon agitations everywhere. It is not, when we talk about Biafra, remember what Biafrans are saying, you know, people tend not to understand what we're saying. That first you have to address us as Biafrans living in Nigeria. Okay. We are Biafrans by indigenous identity. However, we are still in Nigeria. However way you look at it, we are forced to be part of this system. But first, you know us as our indigenous identity, which is Biafrans. Okay. So, however way you see it, the Biafrans are agitating that you have to recognize them. First, recognize them in Nigeria as Biafrans. Secondly, when people you have already recognized as Biafrans are saying that they have the right for self-determination, it is not something you cry for. It is not something you beg for. It is something God has given you. God has not just given you that right to decide whether to laugh or whether to cry. God has given you that inalienable right to decide whether to come to this studio today or to stay at home. Chinedu, you know you can invite me to this studio. I say I won't come. It is my right to say I will not come. You will force me. So what Biafrans are saying that they have rights, whether you are saying it's in constitution or it's not in the constitution, it's not bone of contention. That it is my right to say I am a Biafran, and as a Biafran, I have a right to decide whether to be part of this year Nigeria or to exit. I have not broken any law, I have not offended anybody. So in conclusion, the constitution is not our constitution.
It is not the people's constitution.
It is not our constitution. I can say it any place.
Okay, now, having said that it's not the people's constitution, and if you take a look at the video that we uploaded the other time from the program we covered at ADM, where Tony Nadi was making an advocate of shutting down Nigerian system, the constitution, and that is the document of enslavement. What is your position about that? Is Nigerian constitution truly a document for enslaving Nigeria, and how does that happen?
Like I've previously said, that is not our own constitution. Okay. When I say our, I mean the people whom I'm representing, because I belong on the other side. I'm not part of government, I'm not serving, I'm not representing the government interest right here. I am representing the interests of the people. Okay. So having said that that document is not for the people, that it is for the few. Now the question is, if it's not the few, if it's not representing the people's interest, what do you do to get it done? And from your reference of what Tony Nadi said, he said, we have to shut down Nigeria. Shutting down Nigeria means shutting down this constitution. Because if you shut down the constitution, of course there will not be anything in Nigeria. Okay. However, Tony Nadi is a lawyer. I am not a lawyer, I'm an economist. Tony Nadi understands too well on how to shut down the constitution. I don't have, if you talk about funding and money, that is where I have authority. Yeah. So it's not for me now to say how Tony Nadi or his group wants to do it. But from my understanding as a layman, that his understanding is that he will use the legal process, because the constitution, and when you say the constitution, supposed to be the people's document. And if Tony Nadi and group should be able to prove that this does not represent the interests of the people by any means, or however way you look at it, I think there is a legal process to get that thing done. And when you get it done, it means that people will come together and discuss
whether to be or whether to be not.
Whether to be or whether not to be. That is the definition of the constitution, because the constitution defines on how you exist as a people.
Okay. Now, having said that, I don't have any problem with people's opinion as to how to, as to their mission. Especially me as a person, I think I buy the idea of shutting the entire system. Now, because what we have here in Nigeria is not a country. Yeah, as far as if you see what is happening, it is near anarchy. Yeah. People are ravaging communities. People are being killed on a daily basis. Laws that are supposed to save the people are not being there. Even those that are there, they are not even being enforced. We have seen the tanker that exploded. People have been crying. People are dying on a daily basis. And there is no policy coming up to protect these occurrences. And the government is just being adamant about the killings, ransackings of villages. So it is coming to near anarchy system, anarchy stage. The economic situation is biting so hard that nobody has it. So, in fact, the whole system in Nigeria is looking Coca-Cola. I don't have any doubt about that. In fact, Nigerian system, not anyone that says that Nigeria should be shut down has some credit on it. Has credit on it. But now, the problem now is how? Because my grandmother will always say, like I always tell you, she doesn't understand English. But where she wants to understand, the only English she understands is do. How do you do that? How do you shut down this system that has continued to enslave the people? Because I think that it borders around the people. So what is the attitude of the people towards the message? You as a Biafran, you've been into agitation. What is your people's mindset with respect to this? Let's talk about the Southeasterners. Then we'll now refer to the entire Nigerians. The
people's response is very simple. People want the constitution, Nigeria as entity to be powered down. To be buried. As we are speaking down, go out their sample opinion. People want the constitution, the Nigeria, to be lower than so that a new order will come up. And that new order calls for new discussion, calls for new identity, calls for new programming, because you have to reprogram. If you want to call Nigeria, there are so many people who will not want to go with that name, Nigeria. So me, I want to go with the name Biafran as an indigenous identity. Okay. So if we have been in the agitation for so many years, and I know their responses, even the video we have out there from today, we've got their responses. The responses coming from the ordinary people is that thing you call Nigerian constitution should be shut down. Okay. Today, not tomorrow. All right. So that is the responses I'm getting. I think we are going to continue on this discussion by you dropping your comment on the comment column. We want to get your opinion on that. We'll continue saying it. We start from saying. Then people will start reacting to it and start, galvanizing energy towards that. Now, the second issue that I'm going to talk about briefly before we wrap it up on today's episode is the coalition of pro-Biafran group that has been making waves around and since after the 30th May anniversary. Now, you are part of that coalition. What do you think, or in your own perception, what direction is the coalition going to ask? Especially now, the entire Biafran people, a majority of Biafran people, the enthusiasts around the world, is looking upon that coalition. Because the last meeting that was held in Enugu, many pro-Biafran groups in diaspora were part of that meeting. Many of them, many groups from diaspora have to fly down to be part of that coalition. So now that there is high expectation on the part of coalition, what direction are they going? And what should be expected from them by Biafrans? Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. The coalition, people need to understand the direction Biafran agitators are going. First, we should understand methodology, the difference between methodology and ideology. These two things have confused a lot of people out there. That when they begin to see coalition, I mean the different pro-Biafran groups coming together, to interact and to sit, look at their faces eyeball to eyeball and begin to marshal out plans on how to work together. One thing the public should understand is this. The ideology, what is ideology driving all these pro-Biafran groups? I want to tell and announce to the public that the ideology driving all these pro-Biafran groups they are saying is the ideology that will ensure that there is equity, fairness, and justice in our society. And all these pro-Biafran groups have existed in Nigeria. They have seen and they have taken their time and they have concluded that justice, equity, will never come from this present system you call Nigeria. And that is why they have decided to announce to the whole world that they are no longer part of this system. Their spirit is no longer with Nigeria. The entity you call Nigeria has presently packaged, and they want to activate those processes that will enable them move out of Nigeria. So their key aim is to exit from the fraudulent system as you have in Nigeria. Now the second one is methodology. What methodology or methodologies are these different pro-Biafran groups are using? This is the point where we now say we have to come together. And that is where you have the coalition of pro-Biafran groups. Now, on the expectation of the people should know that it is a good news. It is a good news that for the first time in the history of Biafran agitation that started years ago, that there was never a time when all the big names and all the heavyweights, forget some names people are throwing about, there are a lot of people working on that ground which the public has
never had your thoughts
or never heard their names.
Yeah.
But they operate behind the scene. Just like the little bird you see dancing on the road. There are big boys drumming, whistling, and the bird is the only item or symbol you see. So as a matter of fact, what I'm trying to say is that for the first time, the heavyweights behind the scene and the ones you are seeing are coming together directly or indirectly to say that they want to have a house, not working per se under one command, but coming together first time to look at themselves and begin to interact on the different methodologies, because you can't use one. You can't use one stone to kill a bird. And as a matter of fact, the situation in Nigeria will not allow that for you to just say, like those of us that say it is legal methodology, political methodology. It cannot happen if we go into politics and you don't have another group saying that no election, we don't have the election. You must be having different voices, people talking. But what is key and what is important, as in the question you ask the people's expectation, I want the people to note that we are headed towards the same direction. And the same direction is for us to come inside the house and discuss our brothers and sisters. Where we have differences, that will be sorted out. So long as we have the same ideology, and that ideology is to take care of the people's welfare through ensuring that there is an equitable society system, operational system.
Okay, I understand from what the information we've got so far about coalition is a force of unity for Biafran groups.
Of course.
Now, how do the coalition intend to call this infighting? That's when someone says, I want to do this, maybe perhaps what we witnessed in this just concluded Biafra Day, where a group say they want to sit at home, and the coalition body came up to say they want to have what do you call it, an anniversary
celebration somewhere,
somewhere to have public lecture on why Biafrans must be free. Now, or even when someone come up with that, we want to do this, and the other one will say no, we must do the other, or counter. Without them fighting, how do you think that the coalition will come it?
In any freedom, in any society all over the world, there is never a society that have recorded a perfect situation or 100% compliance. You know, even biblically, you have prodigal son, and out of 12, if Jesus Christ could have Judas, why wouldn't we have some people who will go out there to say they don't agree with what you are saying? I think what is key to the public is that we have majority of reasonable and responsible people saying that this is the direction they want to go. Of course, we should not take certain things serious, or we should ignore certain utterances coming from people, no matter how important or no matter how their followers are. We should understand that when you see coalition, it means that you are having majority of the people coming together. As in how to stop that, you cannot eradicate that, but you can minimize it by discussion and dialoguing. So the point is that consultation, dialoguing, trying to talk sense into those who will disagree. Because what will stop this in-house fighting is not being able to come together to a certain platform to sort things out. But since you already have a platform, you know, that in-house in days to come will be reducing. Our people are not foolish, mind you. Our people know where the truth lies. And if you continue to oppose certain decisions taken by the majority, the people will take it that you are not fighting the cause that will represent their interest. Because they will ask you question, what are you fighting? If you are fighting for the people, why not join others? If you believe you have superior argument, why not go there and present it? And as a matter of fact, the coalition is not trying to come up with a spring leader, a commander. The coalition is trying to come up with
like a collegiate leadership.
Yes, a collegiate leadership where you know you have a moderator. People moderating activity, not to say this is a commander, this is a president. We don't intend to have a president there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. But before I conclude, I want to recap on this because I had an interview with someone, a principal Biafran agitator. I will not mention his name for some reasons, but he came up with the opinion that the coalition is a clearinghouse where every Biafran will come up with their own projects, and it will be discussed in the house as a coalition. Then every Biafran will adopt it, that project, as a project. It will no longer be my group project or your group project. It will not be a Biafran project. That's a reflection of what coalition means.
Yes, I think that's not just me, but from people's expectation.
Okay.
That's what's out there. I've got so many calls, people asking this question,
Okay.
trying to do clarification. I'm not a principal officer of the coalition as a matter of fact, but I think I have an opinion. And the people I'm representing are also of the same opinion that you pointed out, of coalition representing a clearinghouse where issues will be brought to the house and the house will look at it. As a matter of fact, the 30th May celebration was brought up by a pro-Biafran group, and it was brought to the center stage. And after the discussion, there were one or two modifications, and at the end of the day, the coalition owned it as a project and executed it. It wasn't credited to that individual pro-Biafran group that was it. I think going forward, that is the direction the coalition is going, where issues and projects are brought to the center table, irrespective of the pro-Biafran group where it's coming from. It will be discussed, and at the end of the day, the pro-Biafran groups, which at the last count is getting to 30, and the number is increasing, you know, will come together and say this is our project.
All right.
A key example is the one Mohamed is trying to do in a month's time. You know, one of us wrote a book, what do the Igbos, our people, want? Is it the president or is it Biafra? You know, the book will be launched by 3rd of next month. And of course, this discussion on the restructuring and Biafra will also come up in the course of that presentation.
I think from what you say, so I think that will be the next program we'll bring it up to you on the Biafra discourse. Don't miss anything on this platform because we are loaded. BVI Channel 1, don't forget, we see it, we say it. That is the way it goes here. We're not politically minded, we're not politically correct, but we are here to tell you the truth, the way it is. So don't forget to click on that subscription button and on the bell beside it so that you'll be getting the notification. Don't forget to also tell your friends. Spread this good news that BVI Channel 1 is right here to empower you with the right information. So click on that subscription button. Follow us on other social media platform on our website. You can visit www.bvichannel1.com. From the description below, you will see our app link. We want you to have all information at the tips of your finger. So that's why you need to download and install our mobile apps on all your mobile devices. I want to appreciate all our followers and fans all over the world who are consistently being part of this program. Just drop your comments, like, and don't forget to share. And I come your way, I still remain our social educator saying, stay blessed and above all, stay safe. Goodbye.